Got some breaking news just into the Live 5 newsroom. Berkeley County Sheriff's officials working an active scene at the Cypress Gardens boat landing. We're told by officials a body has been found on the scene of the boat landing. Can you go up to that man holding the Confederate flag with the secessionist party and see if you could get him to talk to you about his feelings and why he's so upset?
Would you talk to me real quick?
So we're going to start first with Bill Sharpe. Bill, what are you seeing at the courthouse there?
It's starting to get crowded here outside the federal courthouse, Debbie, on Meeting Street south of Broad, the federal courthouse just behind me. I think this took people by surprise, this expected guilty plea. And I say expected, Debbie, because you never know until it actually happens that there will be a guilty plea. But Michael Slager expected to plead guilty to one count of violating Walter Scott's civil rights. At 7:30 p.m., firefighter Brandon Thompson radios for help. This marker represents where Brandon Thompson was found. But he shouldn't have been here at all. You see, on the night of the fire, he was covering a friend's shift right here.
Our Bill Sharpe is standing by with the very latest outside the courtroom live. Bill?
Debbie, it's all over here at the federal courthouse. It just ended about 13 and a half minutes ago. Took about half an hour to work through the process. Michael Slager, as expected, pleaded guilty to using excessive force in the shooting death of Walter Scott, as you pointed out 2 years ago. Harv Jacobs just got out of the courtroom. Harv, it was pretty cut and dry. Now it's just waiting for the sentencing.
Right now we're on your side with help from lawyers. The South Carolina Bar Ask a Lawyer program happening right now in our Live 5 newsroom, and Bill Sharpe is out there right now. Bill?
And Debbie, these phones are going nuts right now. Let me step aside and let you look at our phone bank, and you see all of the volunteers. These are all lawyers answering phones right now. Quite frankly, folks, where else can you go for free to get any legal question you have answered? Let's go live to downtown Charleston, where crews are still on the scene of a house fire on Rutledge Avenue near Colonial Lake. You can still see some smoke, and those crews are at the house right now. Colby Satterfield has been there since soon after that fire started today. Colby, what have you learned about this fire? Once again, we're awaiting word on the City of Charleston news conference, which should start in about 19 minutes from now. We will take that live, and I'm anxious, as are you, to get an assessment of how bad the damage has been in Charleston, specifically downtown, and also to find out about the power outages in downtown Charleston. So this has been a nasty storm, but the good news is when you and I talked to Pat O'Neill, the mayor of Sullivan's Island, not nearly, at least at Sullivan's, what we had during Hurricane Hugo. Thank goodness. About 8 months ago, Donald Trump was here in the Lowcountry worried about winning our state's Republican primary. He asked me how he would do. I told him I thought he would win big. He did. And it helped propel him to the presidency. 2 days before his big win in our state primary in February, I sat down with then candidate Trump for a one-on-one interview. Tonight, a look back on what he said then about some of the major issues facing him and the country.
If we can do something special here, we're going to run the table.
That was Donald Trump talking with me one-on-one back in February, 2 days before our state's Republican primary. Running the table here, as he put it, helped set the stage for his winning the presidency. Trump praised the way we responded to the tragedy at Mother Emanuel. Jury selection is scheduled to begin later this month in the Dylan Roof murder trial. What's the solution, if there is one, to that kind of terrible gun violence?
So I'm a very big Second Amendment person.
Right.
I have to tell you, there's a huge mental health problem that we have, which we don't discuss. It was so incredible the way they responded. The love was so incredible. It was an amazing thing. All over the world, they watched it. It was a great tribute to right here where we are. But we have a mental health problem. This isn't a gun problem. This is a mental health problem.
For those who say you don't have the temperament to be commander-in-chief, who say, I don't want Donald Trump with his finger on the nuclear button because he's quick to anger, he's impetuous, what do you say to those people?
We need toughness, Bill. Bill, we have people having their heads chopped off. We have people being drowned in cages, and we're worried about waterboarding. I built a great business, one of the great businesses in the country. The reason I was able to build that is because of my temperament. We need strength. We need toughness. I have the best temperament there is.
The president-elect also told me back then, our military is in very bad shape and he wants to build it up, as he puts it, bigger and better than ever because we don't want people messing with us. During Dylan Roof's murder trial, our sketch artist took you inside the courtroom because cameras were banned. He drew more than 60 detailed portraits during weeks of testimony. It was his first ever trial, and he spoke to our Aaron Maben. Right now, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect in the Tri-County area.
We're taking a live look outside over West Ashley from our Akeem cam that's on top of the Live 5 studios. In fact, lightning has been popping within a mile of our station over the last hour.
Our first alert weather team joins us now live, tracking this rain and also how it's affecting the roads. Let's start with our chief meteorologist, Bill Wall. Once again, the jury is expected to be chosen perhaps as early as tomorrow. That means opening statements from both the defense and the prosecution could happen tomorrow afternoon, and potentially, maybe not, but potentially testimony could actually begin tomorrow or certainly Thursday. That's where it stands right now. Debbie, I'll throw it back to you.